So everybody talks about focus, concentrate, but where are the methods for doing all of that? So no one gives any methods, but they will have a stick in hand.
People think strength is about pushing limits. That's what I believe too.
We need to spend significant amount of time to establish this in the society that is around us.
As a martial artist, as a student at IIT, but the most intense and enriching thing I have ever done was to stop, to sit, to breathe, and to turn inward.
So right now the way our education system is very restrictive. Everybody is measured in one scale.
I can't study well because overthinking.
ఒకదాని మీదనే కాన్సంట్రేషన్ అస్సలు చేయలేకపోతున్నా.
Whatever we are calling as a mental health pandemic, all of this is the solution. These are the methods, these are the tools that are available for us. There would be 5% of the students who are academically very oriented to just do that. But what about the rest of them?
Something more profound than any external adventure. That's what we offer now. Not how to fight the world, but how to be in tune.
I never had an ambition in life. Definitely I had a lot of friends. I used to be like the prankster. Because I was good in maths and physics, everyone told me, okay, you take this. But I never knew what IIT was, never wanted to be an engineer. It was not like, okay, this is something that I want to be. In third year, somehow I picked interest in communications. So there I found some applications to whatever the maths and physics that we actually learn. So that I found a little interesting, started paying more attention to academics. Even IIT Madras, there is no specific reason why I went there. Maybe because it's a little closer to Hyderabad, maybe that is the reason. Like an ambition or okay, this is what I want to do, that didn't happen at that time of my life. That existential question, the what is all this, that kind of came. Only when I went to US, I had a little bit of more time to spend on this. So then slowly came across other things like, I even did Kung Fu for these, just to explore the limits of body and mind. It brings a certain discipline. From 2012, once Sadhguru came into my life, so it was very clear that this is what I would probably pursue. Once a couple of my friends were doing Shambhavi, that is how I came across Sadhguru. Even during inner engineering, something happened and I was very connected with the entire process. I didn't know what was being said. So only after a couple of years, I actually paid attention to it once again and I realized, okay, so much more is there. Until then, I was just committed to the practice of Shambhavi. So one after the other, I went for the Shunya program and then Bhava Spandana, then Samyama also happened. It caught on like a small fire. So that was in 2012 December, and that's my first Hatha Yoga program. I was doing all this Kung Fu and everything, but asanas was something that was very different. Like it was very different kind of a thing for me. It was like what is happening, it was that kind of experience. It used to feel very light in the body. Even though the asanas were to hold the posture, I used to shake. I don't know why I was shaking. Maybe it is just that particular parts of the body is not used, or maybe some other reason, I'm not sure. But only after I did Angamardana, things started settling down and very light in the body. It's like as if you're floating. It was that kind of a feeling. I clearly remember I went to III. I actually went for 14 days. The first 7 days I was in silence, and somehow everything cleared up. Kind of okay. If I can't be there, then I can do Hatha Yoga Teacher Training. So I actually came for the training only because I wanted to be in the ashram. That was one of the main reasons. Even there, I never had that I want to be a teacher. That was not there. For me, it was not there. But I always had that there is one mantra. Yoga, yoga, yogeshwara. The training itself is so meticulously done. There are so many. What Sadhguru would say is that you just have to imbibe this, because when we actually go out and want to make this happen for others, every little detail we will not be able to write and give for everyone. But if you imbibe this in a certain way, then you can make it happen for others. So this has become part of our life, the technology that is there available for us. We need to spend significant amount of time to establish this in the society that is around us. If that happens, then whatever we are calling as a mental health pandemic, all of this is the solution. These are the methods, these are the tools that are available for us. So from a young age, if someone has access to these tools, then also it will really make a difference. So that's where I made that kind of a decision, like okay, I will pursue this. Whatever Sadhguru has given us, it works. So it is just that if you just follow these methods, we are seeing the impact. So everybody talks about focus, concentrate, but where are the methods for doing all of that? So no one gives any methods, but they will have a stick in hand. But that is not a method, no. So it is important that everyone has access to these tools, and it is part of the daily life from a very young age. So right now the way our education system is, it is very restrictive. Everybody is measured in one scale and everyone has to perform in that one particular field only. But that's not how everyone would probably find their calling, or whatever we want to call it as, their natural inclination to do well in a certain thing. Maybe they are a little bit more creative, maybe they want to do something else which is not in the mainstream.
I like to play games. Cricket, that's my favorite game.
I want to be a pilot.
We have our NEP 2020. They are introducing more things for students rather than just academics. There are few sessions which will make it mandatory for everyone. The first 6 sessions or maybe first 12 sessions are mandatory for everybody. After that, it is optional. So our job as yoga teachers is to inspire them and motivate them within these 12 sessions, and also give them a certain experience. Within 6 sessions also, we are noticing that many of the students, even adults also, they would see that they are able to notice changes, they are able to be a little bit more focused, they are a little bit more mentally stable. How is this happening? That they are also surprised. I am also surprised. So because within just 6 days, so much can happen, just because of the way the practices are being offered.
We're getting a lot of requests on that now, so definitely, whatever activity that is there, still sadhana should be there. There is this government junior colleges where we are going to start sessions for underprivileged students. Ensure that your own practices are happening properly, so that we can transmit this also in a proper way to all the students.
So I cannot do this alone because so many students are there. Initially I wanted to just volunteer and then just do whatever I can, but then that's when I realized that this needs a proper team and it has to be a concerted effort, and we need to do this in a very large scale. We need to build a team. Now we have different settings, like different groups we have. We are doing this in schools, then 11th and 12th, and then we are doing it in universities. Then we are also doing this in hospitals. Simple practices can actually really make a lot of difference, because when somebody is going through whatever health issues that they have, many of them would have anxiety. There is certain mental health pandemic that is going to come. There is a lot of talk about that as well. There was one 11th class student who would share that she couldn't sleep for last 5 years. She gone through some psychiatry consultations, medications and other forms of yoga also. She also had a fracture. She would just practice Nadi Shuddhi just before sleeping and maybe after waking up. Just those 5 days itself, she shared that she is able to sleep for the first time in her these past 5 years. So it is just that practices are alive in a certain way. So they can grow also if it is properly transmitted or facilitated.
I am doing yoga. From that day, my mind is so fresh. Before this, I was getting bad dreams like someone is kidnapping me or beating me. I was getting bad dreams. After that, I was getting good dreams and can sleep well.
These practices will really help if we can bring these yoga practices to them, and they don't have to change their daily schedule also.
యోగా చేయడం వల్ల నాకు మంచిగా అనిపించింది. యోగా చేయడం వల్ల నేను చదివింది బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటున్నాను.
Just 15 to 20 minutes or up to half an hour, if they can give that much time on a day-to-day basis, consistently, if they are able to give their time to these practices, we have seen that it will really help them.
It is helping me to concentrate in studies. I will not stop doing the yoga because I am doing from 5 years onwards.
Even within 21 days, this can happen. That is something that we can offer for everyone.
నేను అంగమద్దడం చేయడం వల్ల నాకు నా ఫిజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ మెంటల్ ఫోకస్ పెరిగింది.
I had that idea of putting that studio. So if we just had that studio, then maybe some few people would come. If I was very good with marketing and all, maybe I would have reached a little more. But here, if we can structure this and if we can find a certain model which works,
I overcome my overthinkingness, concentration, and something so all.
we can reach out to so many people on a day-to-day basis. It is very important that they have access to these tools, because it is very sad in some way to see someone going through all of this.
After doing the Angamardana, I am able to concentrate more on my studies, and it also implied in my academics, and also it changed my results.
Surely in the next, we will continue our work anyway, but we will just see how to scale this up and see how to reach out to more and more schools, more and more universities and hospitals as well as corporates.